Do you have a sourdough starter that's not very active, that's kind of getting weak? Then I'm going to give you some tips of what I would do if that were happening to me. So, the number one easiest thing for you to do if this is happening to your sourdough starter, and what I like to do is I will make sure I have my starter on the counter and I will just start feeding it every 12 hours. So I like to use bread flour. You can also use all purpose flour, and I'm going to make it into a thick pancake batter consistency. So I'm going to do the same thing that I would normally do with my feeding, which is take out half of the discard and take my bread flour. You can use all purpose flour as well. I just prefer bread flour. It has a higher gluten content to it. But we're going to take out half of our discard and we're going to feed it with our flour and our water until it's a thick pancake batter consistency. And I'm going to repeat that every 12 hours until my starter is back active again. It's really bubbly. It's doubling in size. Usually it only takes like a day or two for me to do that, and it's right back to it. This is my preferred way of doing it. This is really common thing to happen, especially if you kind of get off with your feeding. Sometimes you don't get to feed your starter every 24 hours if you're keeping it on the counter, or maybe you went a little bit longer if it was in the fridge. But doing a few of these feedings usually just like beefs it right back up. Another option, if you choose so, is you can use like a tablespoonful of rye flour or wheat flour. This, because of the enzyme makeup of the flour, it's going to have a quicker fermentation process. So that's another way to do it. That both of those can kind of change the flavor a little bit of the starter. So it's not my number one preferred way, but if you like that, then absolutely do that. That'll work right away too. Once you get to where your starter is active and bubbly again, you can just go back to your upper 24-hour feedings and see how it goes. So also another big thing that you want to remember is the environment that your sourdough starter is in. If you are in a really cold house or it's in a really cold part of your house, it's going to not get that active. It really prefers to stay around about 70 degrees. So if your house is cooler than that, then consider maybe using like a warming mat or a heating pad on really low or something like that underneath of it to keep it warm. Because if you have in a really cold area all the time, it's just going to be so slow. You're going to have such a hard time with it. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you tried this and how it worked for you.